Okay, page 6. We're getting close. Counterparts. Okay, so we have two identical copies of the same agreement. Wife comes in and signs one copy. Husband comes in and signs the same copy on accident. It's the same exact copy, but for whatever reason, we had them sign a different one. Those two can merge to make one document. We all know what NA means. Severability. In the event that something changes in the law and maybe line 328 is invalid now, the rest of this agreement stays intact. Representation confirmation. If you're working with a Windermere agent, it's a listing of Windermere and you're representing the Windermere buyer, it's always going to be B and B or C and C. Without assigned agents or with assigned agents. It depends on the situation. Okay, and we've gone over this numerous times, so just make sure that you ask if you're unsure as to which one it is. If you're representing the buyer for another office and the listing is with another office, Century 21 Coldwell Banker, it's always going to be A or D. Okay, closing. Right now, the closing shall be no later than, it's typically 45 days. Make sure you check the calendar that it's not a weekend or a holiday. Okay, the last Friday of the month is a terrible day to close. Fridays are not a great day to close because if something happens, it gets pushed off for the weekend. Closing agency, again, you would put in here which title company you want to close at. Oops. So we'll put Pioneer Title, and then located in Coeur d'Alene. Right, we type that all out. We're not going to have long-term escrow. Possession upon closing. Okay, unless you agree to something else, it's typically upon closing. Prorations, property taxes and water assessments, rents, interest, all that upon closing. Okay, that all be prorated as of closing. And if we have fuel in the tank, and that would be propane, then you would decide who gets reimbursed for what. But in this instance, it's not applicable. Assignment. May this agreement be assigned to somebody else? May or may not. I like to put may not be. If you know that the buyer that you're working with is going to be putting this, say, into an LLC at the closing table, or say a corporation is buying, then you might want to do may, because are they the ones that can sign for it? Are they going to sign it into a corporation? You know, are they going to do an LLC, something like that? Okay, so that just really depends. Time is of the essence. Authority of signatory, we know what that means. Acceptance. Typical acceptance time frame would be 24 to 48 hours. Trying to rush them doesn't do anybody any good because they'll still just won't sign it in the appropriate time frame. So, and then again, your buyers sign. We need full signatures and initials on the bottom of each page. And that completes the purchase and sale.